Collective, today we are talking about the message that Spirit deposited on my heart. Is it free will or is it destiny? Known as fate, predestined alignments. Let's get right into it. So, Spirit was letting me know that free will plays a part to a certain degree in your life. And you may be wondering why things are playing out in the way that they're playing out if you are trying to manifest, if you've been doing this journey, of ascension and finding yourself and really honoring yourself and the creator. Okay. Now, there's some of you that have this amazing calling on your life. Excuse me, I just had to adjust the chair. And so you have this amazing calling on your life and you're wondering why things aren't playing out for you in the way that the visions that you've been receiving and just in the way that you feel. You're getting like these downloads and just like this knowing of how your life is supposed to play out. You may not know all the intricate details, but this is where your free will has gone out the window and fate has taken place. Now, I want to sit here and say you can always revert back, but why do that, right? See, I'm going to speak about free will playing a part in this, journey to a certain degree. It's very limited. And the reason why is because you have two choices, right? You can choose to stay asleep, operate in the world, of degradation, and not be at the helm of your driver's seat, okay, of your life. And that's a choice. That's free will, okay? You can choose to not evolve consciously. And then the other choice that we all face is to evolve, is to wake up, is to ascend. And that is your free will choice, okay? And of course, there's so many more choices that are made within that big bubble, right? Within these two encompassing choices, right? I'm not talking about all the intricate choices like, oh, I'm going to wear this, I'm going to listen to this, I'm going to doom scroll. Of course, if you want to doom scroll all day, that's a choice. You're choosing to stay asleep. Please do so, right? No one's going to bother you in your moment of being an NPC, a non player character, right? But if you have chosen to ascend, and you realize that this ascension process, this reawakening process, doesn't just happen overnight. It's something that takes years. Now, in you even deciding to go down this journey, okay, of ascension, and I don't say go down, go up this journey, right? Go uphill this journey of ascension. You realize that when you first started reawakening and started being at the like helm of your mind, you could have been at the helm of your mind or at the driver's seat of your life for like 5 minutes a day because you had been asleep for so long. And in being asleep for so long, it it makes it difficult to be like, oh, I'm going to be in my mind all the time, and be at the forefront of the driver's seat of my life. It's impossible to happen automatically. It can actually be very jarring to a soul. Now, stick with me because I'm going to, the how free will is no longer a choice. It's predestined alignments. Then it goes from, let's say, a week or a month. It goes from 5 minutes a day to 10, 15 minutes a day. And this journey keeps, evolving, right? You keep growing in consciousness, whether it's, a month, a week, 2 months, however long it takes. Okay. The time frame is just an example I'm using. And eventually, through the years, you learn to reclaim your mind. You learn to be at the driver's seat of your life. And once you get to the point that you are at the driver's seat of your life, your body is going to betray you. Your spirit is going to betray you if you try to go back into unconsciousness. Okay, being taken over by parasitic energies, malevolent spirits, this isn't something that when you fully come into the helm of your life that you can even do, right? And there's going to be tests, right? Which which avenue do you want to go down, but you understand, you'll be able to see the truth of the illusion, right? And you can see past the veil of the illusion into the light of truth, is what, Spirit tells me. And I love that. So when you get to this particular point in your journey, now, mind you, until you get to this journey, if you want to revert back, you can absolutely revert back. And if you get to this point in the journey, I want to sit here and say you can absolutely still revert back if you choose. But why would you ever, anyone who's ever ascended to the point of actively reclaiming the aspects of this of their soul that they lost, would ever go back into degradation, will ever go back into being asleep? If you were going to make that choice, you would have did it. You would have done that you would have made that choice before getting to this point. And this is where destiny and alignments come into place with the creator. You cannot escape your destiny, and you're not meant to. And so, since you've reawakened fully through this process, now your life may not even be playing out in the way that you thought, the visions that you were shown through the years of what was possible. And the reason why they were showing you visions and you were having this like imprint on your heart of like what you know you're meant to do, it's because the journey has been part of the process of understanding self, of understanding your gifts, your mission at hand, but your mission at hand may not play out at all how you envisioned it. And you go through tests, and the tests allow you to refine these beautiful aspects of self that are getting you into alignment for the doors that are going to be opened for you. Okay? The doors that you are actively walking through, the doors and the places, the energy, the spaces that you were always meant to walk through when you made the right choice. So it's no longer free will. Now, you may have a certain level of free will within this predestined path that's been created for you. You may have the choice of what outfit you would like to wear into the door that's been open for you. Okay. So I don't want to sit here and say like free will goes away completely, but I'm talking about two very specific choices that are being made: choosing to stay asleep or choosing to ascend. And when you've come into the driver's seat of your life, when you are now working in tandem with the divine, you are not just manifesting any life that you envision for yourself. You're manifesting with the creator. You are the co-creator. And guess what? Your life has already been scripted for you. Okay? And so in your life being scripted for you, you realize like you have to honor your vessel. Your diet may have changed. There's a certain standard that, and I want to sit here and say for everyone is different, right? Because we all have certain standards that have been placed on us by the divine. But you realize that you can't deal with parasitic energies. You realize that you can't deal with parasitic people. Okay. You're realizing that, you know, you have to stay true to yourself, your sovereignty, the the driver's seat of your life that you've claimed. You can't just let anyone take that. And that requires a certain level of focus. That requires a certain level of honoring divinity and, speaking with the creator, and your team, and following the imprints of your heart, which are leading you and guiding you to the structure that is being built, the structure, the architect, the creator being the architect of your life. And you think that you're making these choices in co-creation, but in reality, God already knew you were going to make these. The creator already knew you were going to make the choices if you decided to fully awaken, not go down the awakening, ascension journey to reawaken and be like, oh, this is too much, it's too scary, I'm going to run back into unconsciousness. Absolutely not. Okay. When you've reawakened and you taking your power back, my dear, you are unstoppable. So free will, understand that it's both. Free will plays a part, but it's a very limited role. Once you get to the point of fully awakening, now you are in the driver's seat of your life. Now you are working in tandem with spirit. Now you are taking the steps, and even though something may not look like it's in alignment, whether it's a step back, okay, you are actually moving forward. You are moving forward in consciousness. You are moving forward in a path that has been predestined for you. And you don't need to know every single step. You don't need to know, you know, every single part of the journey. Let it be fun. you know this is just things that spirit is revealing to me in my own journey. And I just want to sit here and say, if you ever had a dream where you're like in this old beat up car, or you're in the driver's seat of this car, but it's going. Oh, first of all, some people might be driving the car for you. If you're in the driver's seat, you may have no control of the car. You may be getting in accidents in the car, a whole bunch of different things. It can just be going like wild on its own. There is, and this is in dream time experiences, but there comes a point in time in your dream times, okay, where now you get a brand new car. You are at the driver's seat. You can see, and this is letting like this is something where the divine is showing it to you, and so you can see that you got into the helm of your life. And mind you, this takes years for this to happen. This is not an overnight process. Free will plays a very limited role when you are choosing to ascend, and that limited role may take years, okay, may take decades. It's probably going to take decades, okay, if we're being honest, right? But when you ascend, you are living your new vibrant life into this beautiful blossoming and unfolding that is taking place. And you are working in tandem with the divine, and you may not realize that the steps, the things, the conversations that you have with certain people, they're aligned. Now, of course, you're using discernment, right? Because you realize that your energy is valuable. You realize that what you are giving is valuable. My dear, if you have gotten to the point that you are at the driver's seat of your life, you are no longer operating out of free will. You are operating in predestined alignments with divinity. Do you hear me? I'm going to say that again. You are no longer operating in free will. You are operating in predestined alignments to fulfill your soul's mission in tandem with the divine, with the creator. This is the season that you are in. This is the season that you are stepping into. If this message resonates with you on such deep levels, and you know that this journey has taken years to come to fulfillment, and now you are at ground zero of what is coming next, of your predestined alignments and the mission that your soul is meant to fulfill. And now it's going to be this beautiful blossoming that is taking place. Congratulations to you, my dear. You've made it. Okay. Now, um, if you are not at the driver's seat of your life, but you are in your journey, understand that you get to this place, so you're still operating in free will. And those that have made it, you, again, free will. What are you choosing to dress like? And again, there's a certain level of, like, I feel like respect for self, respect for the vessel, just making smarter choices. So you're not, your free will, you are being equipped, you know what I mean, to a certain level of free will. Like maybe picking the little, like, bracelets that you want to wear, the little jewelry that you want to wear, your outfits, your you know, are you going to do yoga today or not? You know what I mean? There's still free will, but that free will is very minuscule. And you're holding yourself to a standard, and that standard is in alignment with divinity. So really, like, you're good. Um, but as far as like your mission, no, honey, that's predestined, and you can't escape it at this point. So congratulations and welcome to your new life. Take care from me and spirit. Peace.